Joining me now, Reddit shareholder and CNBC contributor Toney of Plexo Capital. No wonder you have a big smile on your face. This debut was good.
It was good indeed, and it's a positive sign not only for Reddit, but I think also for the tech industry and what it might mean for future IPOs.
See, I was going to ask you about that, whether this was just an idiosyncratic case of a company that's been waiting to go public for a while that finally did, and there's enough demand out there for it, or if it does really mean blue skies are ahead for the tech IPO market.
You know, it's something that had been in the works for so long. I mean, Reddit has had a really long road to the public markets, but it's here now. I think everyone's super excited. But I do want to follow up on your question. I think this is the question everyone is asking. Does a successful Reddit IPO mean that the entire IPO window is open? And I think it remains to be seen. But one thing that we do know with certainty is that there was a lot of investor appetite during the roadshow for Reddit. And we see that it's continuing to hold up well. So clearly the market is signaling there's an appetite for more companies to come to the public markets. But, you know, there's some dynamics that may make that happen, that may not make that happen. You know, I think we need to probably see a few more names enter the public market. And for some of these companies, they've raised a lot of money, and so they may not necessarily have that financial need. And at the same time, there are instances where the last private market financing may be higher than what the public market will accept as a public company valuation.
But let me ask you about Reddit a couple more things. Sure. Volatility in the name, as I think about it, do you think it has the risk of what we witnessed during some of the meme stock mania? You may have some of the same types of investors in this name that could heighten volatility. Do you think about that at all? Is that way off base to even think about the kinds of trading in this which existed then?
I don't think it's off base, Scott, and I don't think so because if we really think back to GameStop, you know, Reddit is the place where a lot of the activity happened to be able to make those stocks very volatile. So I don't put it outside of what could happen. I mean, that's obviously a risk. And I would even say, you know, the sentiment was a little bit mixed in some of the forums. You know, some of the people in the forums were really excited. I think some of the people in the forums were maybe a little bit negative, and for multiple reasons. One reason is because, you know, look, let's be real. When we think about how Reddit makes money, it's monetizing the content of others. And, you know, I think there may be a little bit of negative sentiment around that. But overall, everything looks good. We probably would have seen more of that negative backlash. If we were going to see it, we probably would have started to see it by now. But you never know. You never know how these forums are going to play out.
You're obviously locked up from doing anything in the stock. Do you feel as though you're a long-term shareholder here?
Well, at Plexo Capital, our primary focus is investing into the best companies and the best venture capital funds in private markets. So we're holding only because we're locked up, and, you know, we're not trying to make a play on public markets as to where the stock price might go. That's not where we play.